By the way, everybody, Ritchie was talking me down from backstage because I'm having a bit of a fanboy moment because I really love it when we have deck creators join us for a deck casual. Today, Ritchie, Long Man Tarot, and I are joined by Aquata Dujour. Welcome, Aquata.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me.
Oh my God. It's lovely because this is so great. We're going to be today talking about the Pic Tarot. This is available following the links below. I have a banner for this. It is available through Games du Jour Etsy shop. Links are below, so you can find out all things Aquata Dujour. If I were a drinking person, I would say every time I say the full name Aquata Dujour, everybody should do some sort of a shot. So, but anyhow, I have yeah. This is, of course, for mature audiences only because of the nature of the deck. I've got you covered, people. We are showing cards once we get there. So everybody calm down. It's okay. And here you go. One of Madame Maru is like going, how do you do, Aquata du Jour? It's like,
Thank you for asking. I'm doing well. Just woke up like this and enjoying the day. So
I love it.
Excited to be here.
And I am grateful that we were able to get this into our schedule because you were a very busy person through the month of June.
Yes. It's been quite a Pride month for me. Kind of ready for July now.
You had a wonderful time, though. Lovely.
Yes, I did.
I love it. As always, please remember this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. And we are not professionals, but that's okay. Please like and subscribe to all of our channels. Aquata's links are below. Very active on Instagram. Ritchie and I do appreciate when you give us a thumbs up in the YouTube. And as always, please remember to purchase responsibly. Know your limits. We are here to share, not to sell. And okay, we've got great people here who are joining us. So instead of saying individual hellos to everybody, we're going to say a group hello. Hello. So because I want to get into how I got this deck.
Yes.
I got this deck because I blame Ritchie.
It's all my fault.
It is. It is.
I can't even remember. I backed on Kickstarter and I went, Gerald, you've got to see this. You're going to love this. And it's like, and I showed him a few of the cards and he was like, oh, yes, I need it. And then it took off from there, didn't it, really?
Yes. Well, and then it was like going, oh, Ritchie, I'll get it. And it arrived very efficiently. Yes. There was no delay. So thank you. Your minions must be doing your bidding.
They are. I have them working all the time,
And I got it, and I'm like, ooh, Ritchie, do you think they'll come on and do a show with us? It's like, just ask. What can they say?
So, yeah. How do we do a show about this?
And how do we do a show about this? Yes. Well, and okay, so let's take a pause. I'm going to take a sip because I'm just overly excited.
Calm down.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were a Kickstarter supporter as well. I love that.
Yeah. Oh, it was a wonderful. I'm sure we'll talk about it, but I have to say it was fast, efficient. It was a wonderful Kickstarter. You kept us in the loop. It arrived much quicker than I thought it was going to do. Especially in the UK, it always gets snagged somewhere across the.
For sure.
But yeah, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. A joy, and it was all. I wish other Kickstarters were as smooth. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
that's
you.
if you haven't figured it out yet, Aquata, we're going to be heaping praise in your general
Yeah.
direction for the most of the hour.
Oh, I love it. I'm here for that. Yes.
Okay. So let's take a step back, because I want to know, when did you start reading tarot?
Yeah, it's really been a lifelong practice for me. I got into tarot at 11 years old.
Oh, so
I
just about 10 years ago.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah, just a few years ago. You know, I don't want to tell you my age, but maybe a
Never
little bit
polite.
longer.
So so quite young.
Yeah, very young. I did steal my first deck from a Barnes and Noble. I'm not proud of this, perhaps, but it got me into it without my parents' permission, and it was just
Yeah.
my thing that I was able to take and learn and do, and it made it my own. And I I felt like it really helped me as an individual, a closeted person, really questioning my life, my role, myself, and asking who I really am and what I really want to do, and reflect personally. And from there, I really got into reading for other people as I got into the more high school, college range. And I just really enjoyed the ability to connect with others and have that real conversation and help guide them and with the tarot. And it kind of became my thing that I would come to every gathering with, and we'd all sit around in a circle and I'd read everyone's cards. And it was great fun for me.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the first deck was?
It was a Rider-Waite
Okay.
traditional. Yeah.
And do you still have it?
I don't have the original. I do have Rider-Waite. It turned on me. I attribute it to the origins of stealing the deck. It eventually soured on me. But so I get a new one every couple of years, I would say. And
Okay. So that would suggest, do you have a lot of tarot decks?
I do. Yes.
Okay.
I love them. I love the artwork.
I have a lot of them too, so I see you.
Yes, yes.
Ritchie, do you have a lot of tarot decks?
One or two.
One or two.
About as many as I've got of my crystal collection.
Yes, there you go. Oh my gosh. More people have come in, and I appreciate everybody being here. This is absolutely delightful. And so the tarot has been a beautiful way for you to make connections with people, offer help, and it helped you. It helped
Yes.
you stay sane and stay safe.
Yeah. Really connect with my own self and my spirituality, really. Like feel
Yes.
connected to the world even when I felt alone in a lot of ways.
Oh, sure. Sure.
I get that. That was, as a young person, I was much the same, trying to understand myself. And also kind of that whole, I've got a set of cards that makes me popular. You can't have a go at me. That kind of defense mode that you go into sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Is there anything that you want people to know about your spiritual journey, your tarot journey, before we start talking about this amazing deck?
Yeah. I've gone back and forth with the spiritual journey. I think journey is a good word for it. But I always find the connection with the cards connects me more so than anything to like the broader universe, how I feel connected, how I feel connected to others. And it's just been a beautiful practice that I've always had. Yeah. And I feel like I'm able to see through the cards. And I feel like some of your questions maybe later will be how I view a card versus how it's traditionally interpreted.
Love it.
Absolutely. That's great. So many people who are watching and who are watching the playback, thank you for that. All of the links to our channels and Aquata, all things Aquata Dujour, are in the description. So feel free to look at that. You put this on Kickstarter. Well, first of all, in looking at your Kickstarter information, the idea for this project came about in 2022 during preparations for my bachelorina party.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I had a bachelorina party that I created a lot of games for. One of which was I broke out my Google Drive full of dick pics, and I printed some of them out, and we played a matching game just with some of my friends from faces to packages.
Sure.
And, you know, but for my exes, you know, people I actually know, you know, I didn't want to show the goods. So I started coming up with drawings and categories for them to match to my exes. And so, and as I was looking at this collection of illustrated dick pics, I just thought to myself, there's a story here. If I frame them in the right order, it almost follows the tarot story and journey of the major arcana. And there's something here. I need to come back to this. And so after the party had ended, I took it and really tried to figure out what this could be. If it could be just a major arcana, could it be a deck? Because we'll get to the deck as well, but the dick pics are the major arcana. But what was the minor arcana? And what was I going to do there? It was very important for me to have a dick on every card. And how was I going to do that? There's not 78 interpretations of a dick pic in my world. So
well, and what you did, which is something you as I just described, the ruling elements where the D's are found in the wild.
Yes.
So that's how you've grouped them together. So I think that's very insightful, extremely creative.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please go ahead.
I really wanted to relate to the original suit in that way. Like, pentacles are at home, you're building your home, your career, your public is more that wand energy where you're just in that excitement, passionate moment and such. Urinals with swords was a choice. I mean, but I stand by that choice.
Yes. Well, and then the outdoors is water.
Yeah.
So, and we'll reference a little bit more about the suits here shortly. And Ritchie, do you have anything you want to add or question about or share about the Kickstarter?
I don't. I just want to get into talking about the cards, but I'm sure I've got a lot of questions. So I'm going to hold back, and as we go through them, that's good. But as I said, the Kickstarter campaign was a triumph, and the actual packaging, everything that the deck came with, is phenomenal. So I really wish I could show, but Gerald's got all of that under control.
Well,
I'm not allowed to show anything. Yes. But just the quality and the artwork. I do sit there and go, in what circumstance would I get this deck out and use it for people? And I don't. Go on.
I just used it for a reading yesterday for somebody.
Did you?
He specifically wanted to know about a relationship.
There you go.
And I'm like going, this is
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So of course I had everything in order, prepared for the show. I mixed them all up, and you know, it was great. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Good.
Exactly. That's the. It for me. I'm going to make sure I use it. Probably personal use, close friends, somebody that's obviously got not the shock factor involved. You're not going to go and use it at your local shop or something like that. As a read this from
Well,
you could do, but it's an interesting, lovely energy. It's really interesting to work with.
Well, and I think it's important to note you did all of these illustrations.
I did. Yes. It took me 2 years to do all of the illustrations. I drew 257 Ds as part of this deck. So there's a lot of research too that went into it. You know, I said I started this with my bachelorina party. So, you know, throughout the wedding planning process, I was just drawing dicks. You know, my husband would come in and just it was great. It was very therapeutic, relaxing for me. I really enjoyed the art, and I really did the Kickstarter because I wasn't sure if this was a just for me project or if others would respond to it at all. And I was just so excited about the backers and the excitement that the Kickstarter got. Like, I really wasn't sure, like you're talking about when to break out the deck, but you know, I do take it out. I do readings as the original Dick Witch once a month in a bar, and it helps with that 18 plus, 21 plus. I think that's the biggest. You have to be ready for the D's. Yes, as well. So,
and one of the subscribers, Nalani Hypnicity, says, "I see a Seattle reference on your website. Greetings from Linwood, Washington."
Hi, yeah. I'm based out of Capitol Hill, actually. So
So there you go. So okay, so let's move on to. Feel free to jump in, and I will say, this is the first edition. Will there be a second edition, do you think? Are you going to be sold? You know, you will sell out.
Yes. I'm ready for the second edition.
Okay.
It's probably a year or two away. But yeah.
All right. And it did come with a box. It came with a box. Mine are covered with washi tape, so calm down. The back of it looks like this, has a lot of information. I always like to
washi tape. You'd have to squint hard to see anything on that one.
It is a deck that has a magnet. I like this box quite a bit. Nicely done. I am not going to show you the inside with the drawings of the D's, but that's okay. You're all adults. You can do your own search.
I think it was during your campaign, you had to kind of say to people, because you put eggplants or vegetables.
Yes.
Actually, you're going to get these. It's not. You're not going to be sticking emojis over it all. And
yes, only for the Kickstarter. You're getting the real thing in the mail.
Getting the real deal. Yeah.
It does come with a rather nice guidebook. So thank you for that. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is there is 172 pages of information. For each card, you include an upright and reversed meaning, because I'm assuming you read reversals.
Yes, okay. I do.
The other thing, and this is, you know, those of you who know me, the font is legible.
Yes.
It is legible. Thank you. So you get essentially 2 pages. One side is upright and one side is reversed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So kudos to you, Aquata. Kudos to you. It is easy to read. It starts off with, I do like to say, it starts off with, you know, and you got to love it. It has a table of contents.
Yeah, gotta love that.
You know, I'm a geek. It gives the suit meanings. It also gives you some suggestions for shuffling the deck and preparing for a reading, as well as laying down the cards.
Yeah.
Kudos to that.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to, you can, if you have your own practices, definitely keep using your own, but I wanted to offer, my perspective from and how I do it just for everyone.
Yes. In the guidebook, there are no pictures of the cards, so don't worry about that.
And I like that.
I do too.
I like that.
Yes. Why do you like that, Ritchie?
I like that because the guidebook is the first thing that you pick and read through, and I want to enjoy the images on the cards as I go through them and get that relationship. I don't want to be like, oh, that's what it's about, and no, that's not for me. I like to look at the images and work with them, and then go, oh, I don't understand that one, and then look into the book that way rather than read the book and then pick up the cards. I don't think you should do it that way.
For sure.
Yes. Again, can you tell we're pretty serious about our tarot?
Yes, I love it.
I know.
So the cardstock, it is not a glossy cardstock. Thank you for that. It is it's what do you know the GSM for this? Do you remember?
I thought it was like 210. I don't remember. It's been a minute.
it feels like it might be a little heavier than 210, but it works because it can be shuffled. Even though I have put washi tape on mine, I am able to shuffle the deck. So
can I go back to the guidebook?
Absolutely, Ritchie.
This is the only guidebook that I have read where I can hear your voice telling it through. Sometimes it's really personalized, and I love that. Whereas it's rather than get a lot of guidebooks and it's just it could be written by anyone, but this has got such a personal layer to it. It's really lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are being joined by more people, and Ms. Sherlock says, "Aquata, your lipstick makes your teeth so white. They looks great."
Oh, thank you, love. Yes.
So there you go. And so I think one of the things that's great. I agree with you, Ritchie. The guidebook is written so well. I will actually hear Aquata's voice because I've had the honor of meeting them. The other thing is the major arcana are all renamed.
Yes.
There's references to some of the standard.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be worried. Read the guidebook. I was reading the guidebook a couple of days ago going, oh, okay. Wow. Okay. But the thing is when you read from one to another, I get that progression that you were describing, Aquata. So it makes perfect sense.
Thank you. Thank you.
It makes perfect sense. The card size is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So here is here's the standard, and it's right there. So it's the same size as that. I'm not showing you that, I can show you this much of the back. And it is reversible. So, and that's why, because I don't always read reversals. I do with this because that's how you intended it.
Yes.
I heard you going, you will be reading reversals, Joe.
Yes. It's important.
Yes. Okay, all of the court card naming is Twink, Jock, Daddy, Zaddy. So the Twink is the page, the Jock is the knight, the Daddy is the queen, and the Zaddy is the king.
Is it that way? Was it the other way around?
Daddy is the king and Zaddy is the queen. Yeah.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. So Zaddy is the queen.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to have a little fun with it,
Okay. And I have to say, I am apparently I'm not a very good gay man because I'm like going, what the hell is a Zaddy?
A Zaddy is someone, I guess, a more modern kind of form of the daddy who embraces their both of their natures, the feminine and the masculine, and is just able to really be confident as themselves. I would say that the daddy is a little more traditional in that way, in just the masculine, and that's why I thought it would,
you know,
work out.
I misread stuff, so now this makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
It's a teachable moment, this channel, isn't it? You're learning so much. There you go. Educational.
Yeah.
Teachable, and this is why people are here. This is why they're giving a thumbs up. This is why they're subscribing to the channels.
Yes.
So, and okay, we talked about the suits. Public is fire, which is passions and spirit. Outdoors is water, relationships and emotions. Urinals is air for thoughts and actions. And home is earth, prosperity, and material environment. So,
Got it.
Okay. All right. I think we're, you know, I also did a deck interview with this that I can talk about a little bit later, but do you have, we did have a question from Jonathan earlier. Question for Aquata. What's your favorite tarot card?
Thank you, Jonathan. Very, it's a hard question to answer because I feel like it's changed for me, you know, depending on when you ask, perhaps. I have a few favorites. The Devil card was perhaps a favorite of mine for a while, and that comes up in my drawing of the deck. I also love the Star, and I don't know, the Two of Cups is always a favorite as well. Just
Yeah,
that's true. That's lovely. That's lovely. Audra said another card deck you could think of coming out is Full Moons of My Life. It would be the sequel to your D deck.
Oh my god, I love that. That would be very fun to draw. Just
yeah, you could, that could be a it could be an oracle deck that goes with this.
Yes.
I could see that. I could see that for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and this just in from Lexi. Wait a minute, you're gay? Yes, I am, Lexi. So sorry, I don't know if you knew that. Talking about my husband might have had something to do with it. You know, so all right. Ritchie, would you like to share we're going to go through all of our favorite cards. We've got about a half an hour left.
Okay.
We do have some questions and we want some stories, Aquata, and you are invited to tell me your cards that you want to talk about, some of your favorites in this deck, and I will be happy to hold them up because, as I told everybody, I have spent a lot of time with washi tape making these cards a little presentable for YouTube. And I don't know if I mentioned it, they shuffle great even though they have the washi tape.
Really? I love that.
Yes, and I do riffle shuffle. I bridge.
Wow. I'm impressed. I have not tried that.
And you know, it might be my tiny dainty hands that are part of it, but and let me tell you, and for all of you who, you know, are surprised, tiny hands next to some of these D's really alters the size. It's you know, so anyhow.
I love it.
Okay, Ritchie, what is your first? Okay, we've.
Well, I'm gonna just
wait a minute. Let's do a slight commercial. Okay.
Yeah.
This section of the video is brought to you by the word cockamamie. Everyone say it with me. Cockamamie. Cockamamie. Ridiculous. Incredible. Leave your cockamamie excuses behind and like, share, and subscribe to our channels. Cockamamie. You see what I did there?
I love it.
So, all right, Ritchie, thank you.
Well, I'm going to start off by just talking a little bit about the major arcana, because
Please.
it took me, I think, a couple of flick throughs to go. I had the reaction of this deck that you would. I've never been sent a dick pic, obviously, you know, never happened. But apparently, you know, some people react in a certain way, you know. And what I love about the major arcana is the way that it's been drawn. It's a bit like, oh, oh, it's a bit. And it's all from different angles, and it just takes a moment for your brain to kind of go, oh, what's that? And then you get the whole picture, and I love that. I love the fact that it almost jumps out at you as a bit of a surprise each time. A little bit like when, you know, going back to the day when we were learning tarot and look at it, you turn over that card for the first time and it would be like, oh, it's the devil, you know, and that kind of, it's a bit of a reaction that you get with that. And it doesn't, you know, often in tarot decks, when you're so used to things like the RWS system, you know, you get a bit used to it. And I just love the fact that each time I turn a card over, I see something else slightly different in there. And I have quite a strong reaction to it. And that could be on various planes that go on. So I just think that is so clever to have introduced that one in there.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's almost like you named the deck after that.
Yes.
But that's the thing. It could have been done in so many different ways, this deck.
Yes.
That wouldn't be the reaction. It would come across as, oh, you know, perhaps just too much of a novelty. But the way as you've done it, you've added these extra layers onto it. So
absolutely.
I'm also going to say that I love the fact that there are so many different body types and styles.
Thank you.
That was really important to me to make sure that it felt inclusive as much as I could. So
I am going to go with number, hang on, what's my name in Roman numerals? X18, the body distraction.
Yes. Okay.
I'm going to let Gerald riffle through that one there. Have you found it, my friend?
I have. This is the one with the dog in the background.
The one with the dog in the foreground.
Okay, so here you go.
Yeah.
Here's this card.
Yeah.
And it is, and this is where, let me tell you, let go of your traditional understanding and expectation, because the guidebook is going to lead you through it. So what would you like to say about this, Ritchie?
Well, if you didn't have the tape on there, and I think the way that you put the tape on might suggest it, is that we have this fabulous person with a six-pack and a fabulous body, and perhaps the image doesn't, the accoutrement, the D perhaps might not fit in with what you're thinking is behind the tape. Yes. Is that a polite way of putting it?
Yeah.
And I just love the fact that you have got in there this whole kind of body image of this one, somewhat muscular, and obviously works out. And they are regular. They're a regular person behind it all.
Yes. Yes.
I love that.
And I think, Ritchie, it's a great card title as well.
Yeah.
Body distraction. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah. So
the other funny thing is, apparently, if I ever saw photos like this again, I've never seen it. It's all new to me. I would also be commenting on the curtains in the background.
Yes. It plays into it, you know.
Putting that with
yeah. When have you last cleaned? You know.
Yeah. That color, dark carpet doesn't go with that.
No, it doesn't. Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, and I do want to pause for a second and remind everybody, do not send D-pics. Don't do it.
No.
It can be illegal where you live. Don't do it.
They are illegal in the UK, so please don't.
Really?
We're not encouraging that at all.
No.
And there's actually
however, I have got an interesting fact, because I do like data, because I'm a geek. I'm going to let you have a guess. So I looked this one up. Out of 4,000 gay men who were surveyed, what percentage of those do you think had sent a pic?
Oh God.
4,000 people. This is the data. What percentage sold sent a D pick?
Sent a D pick.
Gaming
At
only.
least 90%. What do you think?
I would say it's about 15%.
Oh, actual one's 83%.
Oh my God.
Yeah, most of it done through dating apps.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Dating apps.
Dating apps. That's what the kids are calling it these days.
Yeah. So yeah, it does have a serious side, but there's a lot of stuff actually now being worked out about the psychology. It's really quite interesting. I got into a little rabbit hole of research about D-pics. So yeah.
Obviously, as the original dick witch, you know, I'm just surrounded all the time. I do get them in my Instagram DMs as well. I'll post about doing a reading, and then I'll just get 5 dick pics. It's you know, I'm done doing the art for it. You know, I don't need them anymore.
There you go.
Yes.
I'm done. Thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And here, I'm actually going to talk about one of my favorite cards. Did I read your... Oh, yeah. This is Selena. Do you still need my ID or, you know, for the 18 or older? So here, this is the 16 in the major arcana, the unwanted D pick.
That's the one I picked.
and I'm like going, Aquata has already put it in there.
Yeah.
And so, and it's like, it says, where'd you go? I went home. What? Why? We were having such a good time. You should come back. Insert the D pick. I got something that needs your attention. And it's like, no. No. Yeah, no. So I think that's quite funny because that actually is that's part of real life. That's what happens. So
yes. Yeah, it was important to have that as well in the deck too, you know, of the dick pics. That's definitely a part of dick pics as well. Yes. Especially as it correlates to the tower.
Exactly.
Too, you know, like you're infringing on our relationship. And you can't see the hair in that region, but it's very spiky, almost like it goes with it as well.
Yes.
But again, that's just lovely. I mean, if we're going to do, in my mind, a D pick deck and you're going to have the tower, you'd be like, right, here we go. You know, this, and you've gone for something very, very different to what you would imagine you would go for.
Well, but I think, Aquata, what you've done is you are understanding the meaning of the traditional card and you're applying that to this situation and this framework. So kudos to you. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
Again, I have warned Aquata that they're going to get a lot of heap of praise from me this whole show. Tom has come in and his, you know, so he was getting a tingling and had to pop in. I'd like to see your ID, Tom. Aquata, do you have a card that you would like me to show?
Yeah. Could you show the 9 of Outdoors is one of my favorites.
Ooh.
Yes, I can. This was one that I actually had to take out from my favorites because I had too many.
So this is just, you know, there's a little man in the center, the hot air balloon driver, just surrounded by D's flopping in this magical scene of, you even covered the rocks, the penis rocks, the fairy columns, I think, of Cappadocia.
Oh, yes. Well, they were a little suggestive, so
yes, for sure.
You can still see them.
Yes, yeah. But I just feel like the happiness, the joy, it's all captured in this one very well.
Yes. And I love that because, again, reminding everyone outdoors is water. And it is about appreciating where you are and what you have and that celebration. So
this also brings me, like I said, brings me a very happy memory. But let me just add something onto that one because I don't know if you know, in Iceland, they have a penis museum.
I didn't know that.
So in Reykjavik, they've actually got a museum that is just celebrating penises from all the animal kingdom. And that image they've got of the Icelandic football team, they've taken casts of them, and
Wow.
it looks very much like that card with all different ones all in the place. And it's like a little, they
Wow.
made a little statue of celebrating the football team. And that reminded me of my lovely trip to Iceland. So thank you for that one. So back to memories. There you go.
Yeah. I love that.
I love that. So, okay, Ritchie, do you have another one?
Well, I was number 13, the missing dick pic,
Well,
which
that's
is
the
very
one, yeah.
similar to the one that you showed of the
Oh.
unwanted dick pic. So
Hang on.
mhm.
Remember, these are D's.
Sorry, these.
Okay. I'm trying, people.
Sorry.
I'm trying. I like my YouTube channel, but hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
So yes, here you go.
Yeah. So actually, there doesn't seem to be too much to worry about on here it. But of course, if we think about this as being death and the ending of something, the way that you've set up, the conversation, here's the photo, missing, and then of course it's conversation is dead. Keep trying, it's dead. Cut it off. Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yes.
We've
Hello.
all been there, or I guess we all haven't been there, but
yeah, I like that. Your pic didn't come through. Could you resend? Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
That's a good one, and you're right. This is real life.
Yeah,
it is.
So I love it.
I did a reading for at the local bar, and I read that card for someone, and she went, "Oh my God, this is about my mother calling me." And I just had never thought about that's someone applying that situation to the missing dick pic card. But I just love that people are able to connect to it.
Yeah. You're welcome, Lexi. Lexi's like going, thank you for taking the time to censor the deck. I didn't want to, but I wanted to be able to show, to taunt people so that if they were interested, they could find it on the Games du Jour Etsy shop. Purchase responsibly and know your limits, people. So know your limits. So Aquata, did you have another card you'd like to share? We've still got time.
How about the Two of Outdoors?
Yes.
That was on my favorite pile too.
Oh, thank you. I just love this card with the grotto feel and the sparkles and the way that the onlook, you can see the two still, and just the love feeling, that first look.
Yes.
That the Two of Cups represents in my head of connection. So
I agree.
I was going to ask, do you have a favorite kind of artist who you might base some of your artwork on, or is it just?
No, I don't know. I love the blockiness, like the cartoon feel. I don't really have a favorite artist, but I do. I definitely like keeping the major arcana, the D pics, more cartoon, very more on the cartoonish than the minor arcana too. I thought that helped with the, I don't know, the fantasy of it all. Yeah.
No, So that was one of your favorites too, Ritchie?
Yeah, I have to say, out of them all, the outdoors suit it's got more of my favorites in it. And I'm not quite sure why, but I think again it was to do with the body positive in there. There just seems to be a lot of body types, and it just I like that. I like that. And that's thought, yeah.
So I have one of my favorites is the rear view, which is the 6 or the lovers. I mean, yeah, okay. Let's all here. Here.
Sorry, hang on.
There you go. It's like, yeah. So it's like many of us recall a time when we were able to see this. It's like, oh, okay. Well, hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. I thought it was very nicely illustrated. And so I know you all can't see it. Ha ha ha. Buy your own deck. So
Yes.
I've got a question, and of course I'm going to frame this in the right way. Any of the characters in this card, are they based on people you know, just in perhaps their faces rather than their appendages, so to speak?
It was all inspired by some were inspired by people I know, or relationships I've had.
Yeah.
There's just the clarifying comparison card, especially, just like we've all received, or I guess, I don't know. It just recalls a memory for me in some way. Yeah.
It seems that the person on the 9 of urinals looks like somebody you might know. I don't know if that is based on someone, but the detail on that one.
Yes.
did you say the 9 of urinals?
Yeah, urinals. Sorry, English.
Yes. It's a situation I've seen in the workplace. The pipes were faulty, and they kept hanging their art on the walls, and it kept getting. It's not a good situation. Very lovely artist, though.
Yes. So you had mentioned, were you mentioning the clarifying comparison?
Yes, I love that card as well. Just being able to have that clarity of the comparison, holding up a cucumber to your life metaphorically and yourself, and being able to distinguish that. But yes.
and what's hilarious is if you want to do comparison, it's Tennessee whiskey, the fun size. It's the fun size.
Yes.
So my question, I had a question. What is this?
The beer. It's a beer can.
Okay, thank you. I was trying to figure out. I was like, is that a beer can? Is that a Roomba? Is that something? I was just like,
that's fair.
I thought it was a can of Coke or Pepsi. Yeah. That's how I would drink my whiskey.
Yes.
There you go. But okay. Aquata, did you have another one you want to share? Oh, well, you did just the 2 of outdoors. Let me show. It looks like, I think Public may be my favorite suit. However, I am a big fan of the 3 of outdoors. I mean, yeah, it's like
I got that one as well. We're very similar, aren't we?
There we are. And this again, Amy, inclusion is important, Aquata. It's really very important. It's something that I value when I look at a deck, something that I want to add to my collection. And I think anybody that I do a read for could be able to recognize themselves in the deck. That's important to me. And so that would be fun.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Here you go. That just looks painful. Well, yes. So
yeah, uncomfortable on the seat. Yeah. I agree.
Yes. So, and by the way, Galaxy Dreamer Orshi is here. So
Hi,
it's
Orshi.
Wonderful to see Orshi. Philippa has come in. Ritchie, did you want to say anything about this?
No, I just got drawn into another card. I just picked up by it. So I'm gonna go.
What was the other card you got drawn into?
I'm going for the Twink of Outdoors now. The reason I'm going to wait for you to find it. The reason why
it's because it's in my favorites.
Okay. We can join in this conversation. What I like, bearing in mind outdoors are water, so therefore cups. I like the fact that you've kind of almost played with the idea of the Page of Cups with that fish in a cup that we're all kind of like, what is that? What is that child doing with that fish in a cup?
Yeah.
And you turned it on its head to you've now lost your shorts and you've got a turtle. So we've still got a sea creature in there. There's still, for me, that kind of excitement. He's surfing, but this time we have a bit of a tragedy. But there's still that nature is part of it all, and that water. Just love it. Just thought it was a really clever take on it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This was in mine because the scene is funny. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been swimming or anything like that, people, that something that you wanted to stay on has come off accidentally. What I also appreciate about this, Aquata, is the page is looking directly at us.
Yeah.
Oftentimes for the page, you don't get it looking at us. And I'm like going, there's only a couple of cards where the main character is looking directly at the reader. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So, yeah, there you go. And yeah, better watch for jellyfish.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
While we're talking of being careful of things you do, can we look at the daddy at home?
Yes. Very, very dangerous, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't do your ironing naked.
This is you know, I have the daddy and the zaddy of home pulled out because I'm like going, oh, okay, this is, you know, do not iron naked,
No.
especially whilst you're on the phone. Don't do it.
Yes.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yes.
And then I'm going to add the zaddy, which is the queen. I'm like going, please do not cook, prepare food without, you know, being appropriately attired.
I hope he's washed his hands. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and what's funny is if you look at it, the two of them could be talking to each other. They're both on the phone.
Yes.
Yeah, well done. Oh, well spotted.
See, Gerald's watching. Gerald's looking at these things.
Yes.
So, you know, it's just like, and here's the funny thing is the zaddy is in the kitchen and the daddy is just upstairs, and they're talking on the phone. They're about 30 feet apart and they're talking on the phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And yeah, who doesn't walk around naked in the early mornings? Yeah, an apron at least.
Yes.
We have got Lexi's attention. Oh, he thick. Did I say that right, Lexi? Oh, he thick. So, and yeah, the gunkles or the tunkles, as it's called, arrow uncles. And Tom is saying, I don't like this personal photos of mine being displayed like this.
Yeah.
Well, tough. Tough. Aquata, did you have a card that you wanted to make sure that we saw?
Could you share the 6 of public as well?
I would be happy to.
I really enjoy this photo as well, with the sauna, the line work, and you know, I didn't always relate to the 6 of Wands on the horse in this promenade, but when I relate to the background of that confidence and that strut perhaps on the horse, I relate it more to the sauna prancing around. And
yes,
it's about the beards too. He has a really bodacious beard, where everyone's just trying to grow theirs out. And so you can relate to that, right, Ritchie?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, and so there is that sense of fun about that, and there's a different way to show confidence and satisfaction.
Yeah.
Plus, I also like the fact that one of the guys, I can just see it on top, he's got a different color where he's had his shorts on.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That person has a story that I could, you know, you can start to see that they got backstories going on there. It's like, Okay,
Yes.
you're happy to keep your shorts on there, but you know, but you're happy to whip it out in a sauna. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right? Perhaps that's where the confidence comes from.
Yes.
Yes. Well, there's the devil is 15, and
Yeah.
it's the home and body tour.
Yes.
I thought this was the other card that was looking out at the deck, and it's not. It's looking in the camera or the phone, which is taking a picture from the mirror, which is totally the vibe of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. So,
I also like the fact he hasn't cleared up the background either. He's
no, he has not.
Yes.
And he's so infatuated with himself, he hasn't thought about anything else.
Yes, he doesn't even see the holes in the wall and the
Pants on the floor.
Yes, no.
It's
No.
always like the people you see them taking pictures of something that they're selling in marketplace or something like that. They don't realize that they're not wearing clothes and you can be seen in the mirror.
Yes. Yeah,
Like,
don't do that.
which is really the vibe of this.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, yes, Philippa, there is a sense of fun in these cards.
Yes.
So, absolutely. Okay, so Ritchie, do you have another?
I haven't. You have literally picked all the ones that I really pulled out there. So it's hard finding some that I like them all. And then again, it's the sin. The Jock of Outdoors, because again, he's mountain climbing and he's had a malfunction of his shorts, hasn't he? Unfortunately, this poor soul. Yeah. But again, assuming we're going Knight of Cups, this is somebody who is, impressive. And actually, he's not actually taking a picture of himself. Is he taking a picture of himself? I think he's just in the moment, and he's had this malfunction.
Yeah, he does not have a camera. He's climbing.
No. Yeah. But you kind of get the sense that he's kind of got a bit freedom from it. He's going to carry on climbing. He's not going to worry about sorting himself out. He's just going to keep climbing up there.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that for me, the Knight of Cups is always that kind of knight in shining armor, the one that we're all in our heads, we're all in love with, but we know in reality they're also a bit of a dick themselves. And I like the fact that this is somebody that is, for me, in the image is portraying that. So I just again felt a strong bond to that card.
Okay. Aquata, I'm going to flip through a bunch of the cards that I like just because I want to show people. So feel free to, if you want to pull out one or two more, there's something about that. I think this is fun. The Fool is the rocket launcher. There you go. I'm just saying. The other one, I think the Four of Outdoors is hilarious.
Yes. That's another one I pulled.
That hand, it's based off of the Four of Cups, with the fourth cup being presented. I just needed an alien being beamed down with a big
Aquata,
D.
it was hilarious.
Thank you.
It's hilarious. And why is it
pointed
at the cat? It's not pointed at the cat at this point. The rocket launcher has nothing to do with the cat.
Yes.
I just say that. But this just made me giggle. I was like going, oh yeah, I could, that's the thing that you see on people are out having a good time. Three of Public. I think that's just, the Three of Fire. It's just like, yeah, we've got all this. We're doing all this. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, and
it's very butch, Gerald.
Did I disrupt you? With my butch soundingness.
I love it.
But I'm just like going. And what's funny is they're not trying to be subtle with the staring.
Yes. No.
I'm like going, really, Queen? Okay. I also thought the Four of Public was hilarious. mostly because of the story in the guidebook. We're not going to talk about the story in the guidebook. However, I mean, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
stories and the metaphors are my favorite part.
Well,
Yeah.
and to be honest with you, I imagine whilst you're reading with these, you can weave really beautiful stories that are meaningful for people of all genders and all sexual expressions,
Yeah.
because I think most people they get it, and there's something that would relate in their path. And so I think that's great. I thought the 5 of Publica was hilarious because we've all seen those pictures on the internet of people playing football or soccer, and it's like, okay.
What does one put in one's search engine to find these pictures, and Gerald?
I don't know, but if you could actually search it,
Okay.
you might want to use incognito or private,
Yes.
especially if you're using a work computer.
Okay.
I don't recommend.
And this one, I have a bachelor's in fine arts, and we had live models. What was interesting is we mostly had female models, and if we had a male, they were always wearing a strap.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, I mean, that was back in the day. It was back in the 80s. Wow. So this was like I'm like going, yeah, I've been there. I mean, I've okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, keep your pants on, Jonathan. Jonathan's heading out, getting to the work on, and so Aquata, did you have some other cards you wanted to share? Because I mean, no pressure.
Yeah, I do love the 7 of outdoors, and perhaps the 8 of outdoors. They pair well together.
Yeah,
I thought so. Yes. So, am I putting those right? No, let's go backwards.
So you see this bountiful oasis in where you have so many options, and in the sex cult that you stumbled upon, but then with the 8 of outdoors, just that moment where it's dried up, it's changed, it's time to leave. Like I feel like I like the duality here of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I thought that was very nice. And I also, as I laid them out, I'm like, oh wow, this was last year, and then you go back and it's all different.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. We are at just over an hour. Wow. If you were to, okay, I'm looking at my notes, and Ritchie, feel free to add anything. The guidebook is quite nice. The major arcana are all renamed. They are D archetypes. Enjoy and give yourself permission to read the guidebook, because you can be informed. And if you're like me, when you're reading tarot, you're going to be creating a story.
Yeah.
This will inform this. It's like a choose your own adventure. That's what it is. To choose your own adventure.
I like that.
Yes. Yeah. So please remember that, and feel free to use that, Aquata. It's a choose your own adventure. I mean, there's a new reading for you.
I like that. I do.
I could see you pulling out a major, pulling out the court cards. What's the situation? Who's involved? And with the pips or the minors. Okay, here's what's coming. The suit elements: public is fire, outdoors is water, urinals is air, and home is earth. And lots of diversity of people: color, size, shape, age, which I love it. And it's 257 Ds included in this. So, and court cards again, because Gerald had it wrong, I'm owning it: Twink, Jock, Zaddy, and the Daddy. So, oh, yeah. There
I
you
have
go.
an oracle deck that would pair up very well with this deck, and I think I'm allowed to show it.
Oh, okay.
Also on Kickstarter, it was the Memento Homo Oracle.
Oh wow.
I think it was published in French. It's got French, but there's some very nice kind of, again,
it could
gay
be
kind
nice.
of archetypal kind of not stereotypes, archetypal. But again, I just realized that this would work quite well as an oracle deck. Sorry, my camera's not set up, but yeah, I might give this a go. I like this one.
There you go.
Water. Look at that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, and that's what you need to do if you wear an apron.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Tom of Early Ritual says, my favorite deck of D's is the Thoth. Aquata, you have been wonderful and very, very generous with your time. I just want to say, everybody, if you are interested in this deck, please feel free to go purchase responsibly, know your limits. It would be hilarious if you actually put into the Etsy shop that TarotStache sent you or Long Man Tarot sent you. It would get you absolutely nothing. So, but you know, just have a bit of fun, people. And I do have to say, I find the deck was affordable.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's not extremely outrageous or anything like that. Okay. Or she said, I'm so glad I managed to catch the end of this live. Missed you guys, and the deck seems fun. Yes.
Good.
So will there be a companion Moon Oracle deck coming soon, perhaps?
No, yeah, I love that idea. I might run with that. So yeah, look out for that next, everyone.
and let me say it this way. And when that happens, please know you will be invited back on to talk about it.
Thank you.
So
I would love that. I would be honored. So.
Yes. And Aquata, do you want to tell people where to find you, what your socials, what you got going on and all that stuff? Because you do a hell of a lot.
Thank you. Yeah. I am, I'm online mostly on Instagram at Aquata Dujour as the Instagram handle. I'm also have my own website, aquatadujour.com, where I'm doing virtual readings with the deck. I'm also have the links to the deck to purchase as well. And if you're in the greater Seattle area, I'm having a show this Sunday at the Pine Box. So feel free to come on down and it'll be a fun time. So
very nice. And one of the things you do host parties, murder mystery parties and such.
Yes, I've written a murder mystery loosely based on Britney Spears's 48-hour marriage in Las Vegas on New Year's Eve in 2007. If all of the celebrities and characters from the Las Vegas Strip showed up at the wedding chapel and someone was murdered, and it's a one-woman show coming up in August, and
I love this.
Yes, and I'm also selling the murder mystery if you want to host your own party on the Etsy shop as well. I love it.
Very nice. Hence the name Games du Jour.
Yes.
Right. So there you go. Ritchie, anything you would like to share with us before we head off?
Well, I'm finishing work for 5-6 weeks soon, so I'm going to have some well-earned rest. But I will be popping up, and we've got some more lives and things planned, haven't we, Gerald?
Yes.
You can't get rid of us that way.
No, we're the Tunkles, the Tarot Uncles.
I love that.
I have some great shows scheduled next week. One is a creativity conversation with Linda De Gonzalez and Diana, oil painter Diana. We're talking about brainstorming as a creative process. Then on Tuesday, Linda De Gonzalez and I are doing a Laugh and Learn where we're talking about tips for creating a YouTube channel.
Very cool.
Wednesday, I've got another show. You just gotta like and subscribe because that's how you find us.
Yeah.
So, Aquata, thank you so very much. It has been an honor and a privilege to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you,
Oh
Paul.
my gosh. So, all right. Aquata, stick around for a second. We will end the live so that everybody can know that we appreciate them. So thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.